So like before coming to MACSS program, I wasn't sure what my career trajectory is gonna be about, because uh, part of me want to do like a PhD in social science, especially in organizational behavior uh, or some kind of a business subjects. But part of me want to do like go into the industry in like data science and become a data scientist. And yeah, at that time I was unsure on which road to take, and I found MACSS because it seems to leave both options open. Because on the one hand, I get to take social science elective, which will help me decide whether I'm genuinely interested in PhD research or not. And meanwhile, it helps me boost my like technical data science skills in like computer science and statistics, which will prepare me for industry role in data science. I think it's this unique combination. Like I couldn't find a program that's similar to this, and that's why I chose this program. First year of my program, I was at first doing some research with Professor James Evans about it's about using text data of Glassdoor employee reviews to predict company outcomes. It was really fun, and I enjoyed like having office hours with Professor James Evans and learning all the very cool computational techniques. But then some point during that experience, I just feel that academic research wasn't quite what I was going for. And sometimes it's this idea of fail fast and move on that I find really valuable. And having the opportunity to work with Professor James Evans on this research, and then realizing that academic path wasn't for me very early on in the program, helped me pivot my attention to prepare for industry role. And that helped me a lot. So I think that would be the defining moment of this program, is to help me figure out what I want and what I don't want to do. And I'm very appreciative of this opportunity. Yeah. So for the during the summer between the 2 years, I applied for this Pitch Your Internship program organized by Grad Gargoyle at U Chicago. And they provided me summer funding to work for a startup remotely. And the startup is about like meal subscription, and which I thoroughly enjoyed. My role was like a data analytics person in that startup, and I thoroughly enjoyed the experience. And I realized that applying these technical skills I learned in school on trying to extract certain business insights is just a very cool thing to do. Yeah. So that was that summer experience. And in my second year, I spent a lot of my electives courses taking classes at Booth, like MBA classes, which I got to know a lot of very cool, very experienced people in the industry, which kind of helped me navigate career plans and how to land an industry role. And meanwhile, I was also reaching out to U Chicago alum who are in the field of data science, and trying to use this network opportunity to hear their advice. And I think it's a combination of these efforts. Last week, I just started a new part-time data science role at Choice Hotels. And it's going to be part-time until the end of the program. Then I'll transition to a full-time role afterwards. And so I think, this program has been very helpful. I really enjoy the fall quarter because I finally get to meet some of the classmates. And I feel like, I went to a liberal arts college for my undergrad in Philadelphia. And I feel like compared to a small liberal arts college, U Chicago has this more like research-oriented spirit. Like most of the academic activities are organized around the research, like workshops and professor events and all those things. It's all about research, and it's very intense. All the coursework, all the support were kind of directed towards academic research. That was fun. That was very interesting. But yeah, and I mean, because I do enjoy this learning about the research environment as like a hobby, but I know that it wasn't quite what I wanted as a career. But meanwhile, having access to booth and that MBA program has also been very helpful. And then about outside of school, well, I think I like nearly every student I meet at U Chicago has been really fun to talk to, because all the conversations are really intellectually stimulating, which is always what I wanted in like a social environment, and I've been learning. I mean, all my fellow students are amazing. They come from different, but also some of them have extraordinary academic background, and they know so much stuff, and it's always interesting to learn from them, learn from their experience and their interest. And yeah, I really enjoyed the social vibe here as well. I go to like Chicago nearly every weekend to meet up with friends, or sometimes go meet up some U Chicago alum who lives in Center City, and also sometimes with MBA students who live in the Center City. And yeah, I like the city a lot. It's more accessible than I thought before, and yeah, but well, the weather is still too cold. More of a warm weather person. It's a bit too cold, but yeah, I like the city vibe. Yeah. And there's one person I talked, I think his name is Rodrigo, or at that time he graduated from MACSS and he works at BCG Gamma as a data scientist. And his advice, which I completely agree, so I'll use that as my advice, is about using this program as like a guiding, like a testing ground for your interest, and decide which path you want to go for, academia or industry. And the faster you make that decision early on in the program, the easier it is for incoming students to spend the rest of the program to prepare for that path, be it if it's academic. If the student is determined to go the academic route, then the student can spend the summer doing research or talking with a professor and doing RA-ship during the school year. And if it's the industry route, then the summer should be spent on like finding and experience doing internships, and then networking with alumni. So early on, the student decides which path to take, the easier it is for them. Yeah.